I used to think that the secret to growth was picking the perfect niche, having the perfect business plan, building the perfect content machine. I tried it all, but none of it worked until I started to get clear on something deeper. My purpose. If you're a founder, a creator, or just stuck trying to figure out what to build, this video will show you exactly how I found mine and why it changed everything. Let me be clear. I think niches are super important, but I also think that too many people are told to focus on their niche, their idea, their operations, their marketing plan, fill in the blank, before they focus on quite literally the most important aspect of their business: purpose. Now, story time. 10 years ago, I used to run this digital business called Guitars Daily. It was ultra successful. It ended up helping me pay for my college tuition, take care of my mother, provide for my family, provide for myself, and even also got to meet a lot of my guitar heroes. Growing up, I got to work with Ed Sheeran, John Mayer, Slash, heroes, basically. But ultimately, I got burnt out, bored, and ended up feeling like I was driving with no end goal in sight. It wasn't until a few years later, when I was undergoing my master's degree, that something happened that would end up changing my life forever. Back in 2020, my country of origin, Lebanon, ended up having its biggest financial collapse. Every single bank ended up foreclosing on literally all citizens, meaning that you suddenly woke up one day and your life savings were just gone, vanished, whoosh, no more life savings. I literally ended up seeing my heroes, my parents, grandparents, uncles, everyone that I grew up looking up to, I ended up seeing get crushed, which is what ended up sending me on a road to discovery towards crypto, where I found out something that I ended up using as a store of value for myself, ultimately a safe haven, somewhere no government in the world, no entity, no group, no individual can ever take away from you and just steal in the blink of an eye, in the switch of a button. And having discovered that, I just knew deep down that I wanted to make sure that all of my family, all of my friends, every single person I cared about knew about this technology, which is what sent me down the rabbit hole of creating content to educate people about cryptocurrency. I wanted people to have this tool that gave me so much liberty, so much power, and so much control over my financial freedom. And this is what ultimately led me to my current purpose in life: giving people financial control over their lives. Now, one of the big questions that helped me unlock my purpose at the time was, what problem am I obsessed with solving, even if I don't get paid right away? When I answered that question, everything aligned for me. I knew I wanted to educate people into how they can create a stable financial future for themselves, whether that was through crypto, through building their own business. The vehicle did not matter, but the end goal was extremely clear. Now, if you're watching this video, chances are you're probably wondering, how can I find my purpose? Here are 3 questions I want you to ask yourself. Literally pause this video as we're going through these questions, sit down for 10 to 15 minutes with each of these questions, and truly jot down your thoughts. What are the things that come up? This is going to change your life forever. Question number 1. What frustrates you or fascinates you daily? What is something that literally drives you nuts every single day, or something that you're so curious about? Every day you just find yourself scrolling through it, looking up for videos about it, to the point where your friends are like, Kermit, we're trying to have fun here, we're trying to go out, talk to each other, stop being on your phone, what are you doing? You're over here just searching crypto content. What is that one thing that drives you nuts, drives you crazy, that fascinates you every single day? And pro tip, you can write down as many things, you can list out as many things for this question Really, we're not trying to pick just one yet. Another pro tip, and this comes from one of my favorite books of all time, Viktor Frankl's Man's Search for Meaning. Here was this Jewish psychiatrist that went into the concentration camps back in World War II. He went into these camps and literally saw millions of Jewish people get tortured every single waking day of their lives. And so, being the psychiatrist that he is, he would literally sit with these people and ask them, why aren't you giving up? What is there for you to just keep on waking up every single day and endure all of this torture? And unanimously, every single one of these people would answer him the same thing. We're not giving up because we believe that one day we'll be free. Can you just imagine this? Going through the absolute worst time of your life and enduring it head on, all because of one belief that one day in the future, you're going to make it out. Things will be better. Your family's waiting for you on the other side. There's still a life that you want to lead. There's still things that you want to do out there. Now, this is exactly what a strong purpose feels like. Interestingly enough, some studies were done where rates of suicide were compared between Auschwitz concentration camps and modern day Norway. And those studies found that there's a higher suicide rate in today's Norway than there ever was in concentration camps back in World War II. That's an absolutely insane stat for me. And if anything, drives the point that a strong purpose will get you through the toughest, darkest, nastiest days of your life. And there's this quote I will absolutely never forget from Machiavelli, which is, "He who has a why can overcome anyhow." And this is exactly why finding your purpose is so important. So let's move on to question number 2, which is, what do people actually come to you for help? What do your friends come up to you asking you about? What is this one thing that everyone knows you're a reliable source of truth for? For example, for me, my friends would literally come up to me for any crypto question they had. What should I be invested in? What should I be doing? I have my money on this exchange. Is it safe? I have my money on that exchange. Should I move it? I heard this. I heard that. Is that true? Is that false? My friends would literally come up to me for every single crypto question that they had. So what is that thing for you? And question number 3, if you had to teach one thing, just one thing, every single day for 10 years, what would it be? And this is an extremely important question, because something you'll find on your way to fulfilling your purpose, you're going to have to repeat your message in so many different ways, so many different times. I haven't been at this for a month, a week, a year. I've been at this for the past 3 years and I'm nowhere near my end goal. So your purpose has to be something you truly are fascinated by, that truly drives you and motivates you to the point where it does not matter how many times you're going to repeat it, you're going to be excited to spread the gospel every single time. Now, a quick note here is every one of us has multiple potential purposes. This isn't the only purpose that I can end up pursuing. In fact, I think I have about 2-3 different purposes that I strongly feel for that I could end up pivoting towards. However, the purpose that I am currently choosing to fulfill is the one that I have the strongest connection to, that I feel the strongest, most fulfillment from. And ultimately, the more pain exists behind that purpose, the stronger drive you're going to genuinely have seeing it through. Remember, purpose comes from a place of pain. Now, here's why purpose is just so darn important. Nowadays, if you go online, if you go on the internet, whether that's YouTube, Twitter, whatever your medium of choice, you're going to scroll and scroll and scroll and just see a lot of mindless content. A lot of people playing the popularity game, trying to get the most likes, trying to get the most attention, trying to rile the most amount of people up. And then all of a sudden, you stop by a post. This post just jumps at you. That is purpose-driven. You feel the message transpire through your screen. You feel that person's purpose, that person's drive jump at you. You feel motivated to make a change in your life. This is exactly the power of purpose. In a timeline that is full of bots, that is full of AI garbage, aim to be that person that is authentically, genuinely trying to push for positive change in the world. That's something you're going to notice if you've ever followed through, if you've ever tried to create a business, to start something up. There was a point where you just gave up, where it just fell through, where you stopped really checking on it, stopped having that drive, that motivation to just see it through. And the reason, if we're being honest with ourselves, is you never had purpose. You never had an end goal. This is exactly what purpose equips you with. People with purpose are able to be a lot more consistent than someone without. And this, in the age of social media, where you need to show up every single day, regardless of your like count, your reach, whatever that may be. Starting a business is a game where you need to show up consistently no matter what. And this is exactly what purpose gives you. Again, back to the Machiavelli quote, "He who has a why can overcome anyhow." Inspiration will come and go. Algorithms will change. The shiny new toy you found will eventually become old, outdated, and boring. But your purpose? That's your compass. If you're building something real, whether it's content or a business, start with your purpose. The rest will follow.